we begin in Washington. Congress passed the second biggest economic rescue package in history. This ends a month-long discord between Republicans and Democrats over how to address the pandemic. Bloomberg congressional reporter Eric Wasson joins us now. Eric, it's great to have you with us this morning. Many Americans just want to know when help is coming. So what's the timeline for the deployment of aid?
Well, the stimulus checks, which are sort of the headline issue in this bill, $600 for most American adults making less than $75,000. It phases out to $100,000 in salary, $600 for children. Those could go out as soon as next week, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said this week. So, those who have direct deposit on file, accounts on file with the IRS will get them quicker, and those who don't will get a check with Donald Trump's name on it probably a little bit thereafter.
Eric, this bill is over 5,000 pages. Any surprises in it?
Oh, there are just so many surprises. Some really weird things too. Like the one I thought was one of my favorite was that deep in the bill it specifies how the next Dalai Lama will be born and recognized. It's really a strange bill when you look at it.
Wait, are you serious? Or is that a joke?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. There's a Tibet policy bill that tries to take that decision out of the hands of China and who the U.S. will recognize. There's decriminalizing the use of the Swiss coat of arms, weird stuff that was in the criminal code. Using Smokey the Bear's insignia was a crime. There's just a lot of very strange little odds and ends. Sets up a horse racing association to combat doping in the horse racing industry. They just really put everything that was sitting out there, including a new Smithsonian Museum for Latinos and women that was blocked by Utah Senator Mike Lee on the Senate floor a few weeks ago. They tucked that in there as well. So there's just a ton of stuff. Members didn't have a chance to really read it, and going to be doing that now that's passed.
So what happens with something like this when it is over 5,000 pages and members of Congress don't have the time to read it? How do they justify voting for it?
That's a really good question. I asked that to the group of moderates who really put together the stimulus deal yesterday at a press conference, and they agreed the process is flawed. Their solution was let's give the rank and file more power. Don't let leadership, basically hold the bill secret behind closed doors until the last minute. But Congress has really gotten addicted to this process. Part of it has to do with the way that K Street and the lobbying industry works. If a bill is out too long, it will engender a lobbying opposition, and it's really hard to get things done. So they've decided the best way to do it is just to spring it on everybody. And then if there's problems, try to come back later and correct it. Congress can always reverse itself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that doesn't work, but it's what we get. Eric, I want to focus on the stimulus portion of this. Based on your reading, is this enough to stimulate the economy?
Well, I'm not an economist, but the economists we talked to, like Mark Sandy of Moody's Analytics, said it will prevent a double-dip recession. They were saying that perhaps a $1.5 trillion package was better. We got $900 billion here. Crucially, there was a cliff that was set up right after Christmas with unemployment insurance programs, especially for gig workers in the long term, unemployed expiring. So, this is preventing that cliff from developing. It does extend $300 per week in federal plus up to unemployment to those who have been long-term unemployed. And, specific industries, the entertainment venue, Save Our Stages Act is in there with $15 billion. Airlines, which have been hit hard, also get $15 billion. Restaurants, however, were left out. There was a proposal for a $120 billion restaurant bailout that's not in there. I think Congress will come back and look at that perhaps along with the bailout for state governments in the next Congress.
So what ends up happening now? It goes to President Trump. When does he sign it?
That's the funny thing. With a bill that large, they have to proofread it and they have to actually put it on sheepskin. I was joking with one aide, are you going to be murdering an entire herd of sheep to put
Wait,
this thing out?
You're blowing my mind this morning, Eric. They have to put it on sheepskin?
It has to be on some type of parchment. I'm not sure if it's organic sheepskin or not, but it's a specialized paper that doesn't disintegrate. There is one copy of the bill put in the archives that's memorialized, and that's a whole process. It's not just a matter of putting the sheepskin in the printer cartridge and hitting print. You've got to proofread it. Sometimes these bills, when they're passed, lawmakers hand write on them little marginalia, and it's passed that way. That's to be typed up and put into the bill. So, this is going to be a bit of a process. They signed a 7-day stopgap bill to allow this process to go forward. The government is funded to the December 28th, and Trump is expected to sign it before that runs out.
I just put this thing in Google Docs and start collaborating, people. This is
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Well, I think the issue is with hacking and everything else, you want to make sure there's at least one, standard copy of the law that everyone can go and refer to. It's not going to be hacked or changed. And,
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thinking.
Can't hack the sheepskin yet, Eric.
Right.
Bloomberg's Eric Wasson. Thanks for your time and for blowing my mind this morning with the details
Sure.
in this stimulus bill. Appreciate it.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.